So why do I have a bill that says my last dollar? Now, if you're just flicking, just flick on by, because today I'm telling stories, not magic tricks. Although I will show you a trick at the end of the story. But I want to share the story of my last dollar. You see, it was 1989, and I was a freshman in Bible college in downtown Chicago. And I had put everything I had into getting into Bible college. And the way my school worked is you had to have $1,000 to make a down payment on next year just to register for class, and I was flat broke. Now, I was valet parking, I was on grounds crew, I was doing everything I could to work my way through school, but with room and board and tuition and everything else, I was flat broke. And I literally was sitting in my dorm room looking at my last dollar and wondering if I was going to have to drop out of school. So sitting there in my room, feeling a little sorry for myself, having a little pity party, I got my last dollar out and I started decorating it. Now, when you pray, you can fold your hands and you can bow your head, or you can just talk to God. And that's what I was doing. I was talking to God about my future and how I thought He had got me to college, and that I was there because of His plan for me, and that I've been following Him and I've been trusting Him, and I've been, going where I thought He wanted me to go. And here I was down to my last dollar. I've been working so many jobs, but paying my bills. And here I was down to my last dollar. And what was I going to do? And I heard God say to me, "Carl, what are you doing sitting here on your butt in your dorm room being lazy? Go do what you can do to earn some money." And I was like, yeah, but I'm not scheduled till next week on my job, and this other thing wasn't working out, and I was all full of excuses. But God kept saying to me, do what you can do. And I was thinking, well, what can I do? I can only work when my employers schedule me. I was like, what can I do? And I said to God, all I can do is magic, but I don't have any jobs right now. And that's when I realized I could just go do some magic. So I packed up my magic bag, I got off my butt, I walked out of my dorm room, I walked down to Michigan Avenue because I was downtown, and I looked around at all these people and I thought, what am I gonna do? And there was this big, beautiful building right on the Magnificent Mile called the Neiman Marcus Building. It looked like a stage. It had this lit up arch. So I set up my little table and I just started performing. It felt really awkward and strange, but some people stopped. I did a couple tricks for them, and lo and behold, they gave me some money. Well, I started doing that every day, and I ended up with a little spiel. I would do some tricks, and at the end I would say, if you saw something neat or you saw something cool, leave a little donation. That's how I pay my way through school. And then I would put my little hat back on, and I would go back into another routine. In fact, I got better at the patter, I got better at the tricks, and little by little I began to build up some different routines to where as people would come, they would kind of hesitate because, is the guy any good? And I would stop right away and say my little spiel. They might put a little something in, then I would start a different routine and I would draw them in. I even got to where I would pay a friend to come with me so that they would walk by and stop because others might be hesitant. And then once I got into a routine, they would back into the crowd, others would go, and God really began to bless. I got to where I could make several $100s a night street performing and was able to stay in school and work my way through school. I even got discovered by an agent on the streets of Chicago and then began to do bar mitzvahs. I got to do some really high-end stuff for some celebrities. I'm not going to drop names because I'm not about bragging, but God really opened up some exciting doors for me, and I got through all 4 years of Bible college, also working, regular jobs, but on the weekend street performing. So the Bible does not say God helps those that help themselves. That's a big misconception. But it does say that God can provide all of our needs through His riches in Christ Jesus. But it doesn't happen if you just sit on the couch having a little pity party and feeling sorry for yourself. We got to do our part. And God says, you do what you can do, and He'll take care of the rest. So I was down to my last dollar, and instead of just feeling sorry for myself, I had to get off my butt and I had to do what I could do. I don't know what you can do, but you can do something. And sometimes you just got to get off your butt and go do it, and then watch what God will do. God will meet your effort, and He will open up doors of opportunity for you. Well, I said I'd end with a magic trick, so here it is. It's an easy, fun little trick. You hold the dollar straight up and down, you fold it in half, leaving it straight up and down, and then you fold it in half this way. You snap your fingers, and you unfold it the same way, and then you unfold it, and voila! The bill is now upside down, even though you left it straight up and down. I'll show you again. You fold it in half like this, all right? You fold it in half, keeping it straight up and down the whole time. You snap your fingers, you unfold it, and when you fold it back up, it's now right side up. So here's how the trick is done, okay? So when you fold it over like this, making a big point that you're keeping it straight up and down, and you fold it in half, keeping it straight up and down, you're gonna unfold it from the back. All right, that's where you're actually turning it over, so that when you unfold it, it turns upside down. So again, you fold it over, making a big deal that you're keeping it straight. Fold the front this way, all right? And you make sure you move both your hands so they kind of lose track of how you held it, and then just unfold it from the other side. And then when you unfold it the same way, it reverses it, all right? So there's a magic trick you can do, but the bigger thing you can do is be a part of God's answer to your prayer by getting off your butt, doing what you can do, and then watch what God will do.